Welcome back to another episode of the old More Dirt stream over here. I'm here at that pool demo job I talked about the other day in my estimating video. I'm unloading the middle of the road right now, and the only flat spot I can find, and then we're gonna get to digging, so let's hammer. All right, got the skiddy unloaded, went and talked to the customer, and this thing has an automatic pool cover motor that's a huge deal. I'm not exactly sure how to take it apart. I mean, I could figure it out. I work on air conditioners and furnaces forever, but I'm gonna do some prying and pushing with the old machine and see what happens. But I'm gonna get my truck and trailer and the skid steer all situated, and we'll throw the GoPro on the skid steer, and we'll see what happens. And I'll throw the chesty on a little bit and do a walk around. This is the first time I've been on a pool like this before, so it's gonna be a lot of dirt that's gonna get moved. So this is my old HVAC setup. I got my hand tools I used to use for service. This is my old install bag, and I just throw an assortment of stuff in there I think I'm gonna need for this job. Channel locks, 10 snips, pry bar, huge sheet metal snip, sheet metal hammer. Stuff I won't need for this job, but it works out well. So parked as close as I could to the house. I always try to stay as close as I can with my truck to where I'm working. That way I'm saving time with my steps walking back and forth. And we'll walk up here and assess the situation. I might go grab the 60D in a little bit. That's at Paul's shop getting our new AC compressor put on it, but they sent the wrong compressor, so I might go get the other. I might go get it with the old compressor on it, bring it over here if I need it. But I'm gonna try to do what I can today with the skid steer, since I lost a whole day yesterday with my trailer being down. So here's what we're working with. Oh, dang it. All right, didn't lose nothing. This old boy is coming out. I'm gonna try to save these boards. This concrete meets up in here. These deck boards are old. I don't even know how they nail these bad boys in. They use little bitty nails. I don't even see this, a little bitty, got a trim nail almost. Never seen a deck built like that. trying not to destroy the deck completely. She said I could, but I really don't want to. I think that one board's all I need up and I can do what I need to do. Yep, so there's a 2 by there, so I really don't want to destroy that. I might come in at an angle. That's pretty thick. That's actually 4 inches. The rest of it looks like it's 3. Yeah, I gotta be real careful with that all the way through there. They poured this, and this is a section, and that's a section, so at least I see what I'm working with. So I got the first bit of concrete here broke up, and just to basically see what it's like I said, I might go get the 60. I'm gonna get the 60. I'm gonna see if Paul will actually bring it to me tonight or in the morning. That way I don't have to try to back that trailer all the way in here. He has a dually, and it's a little bit easier on his truck to back up the hill, getting in this driveway. It's pretty, or getting in this neighborhood. My truck didn't want any of this 20-footer, so a 40-footer with a 13,000-pound machine, I don't want to do it. So I'm gonna see if he'll bring it to me. It's only 5 minutes from his shop, but so I'm gonna throw my muck boots on, and I'm gonna start taking apart the liner and really assess the situation, see what I'm gonna do, and then tomorrow I'm gonna get a good game plan. And when I get my dump trailer back, I can load the concrete out. I stage the concrete up here next to the neighbor's driveway. That way, whenever I do load the concrete out, I can, it's just close. I can really track back and forth pretty quickly. So, but yeah, I was gonna try to do what I could without the excavator. Wishful thinking, but I'm gonna have to have it. So I'm gonna get in the phone and call Paul and see if he can bring it to me, and then throw muckies on, and we'll just start disassembling this thing by hand until we have an excavator here. All right, let's see what's up with this bad boy. I was down here looking earlier, and it's like, it's got this fiberglass side and these metal. I don't know really what that is. I think it's metal, some kind of fiberglass deal. I mean, yeah, I guess it is. Some kind of metal side. I guess it's basically the same kind of deal that I dealt with down in Bedford. My last one I did like this. It's super satisfying to do this, if you guys are wondering. Super satisfying. There's a little bit of water down here, but not much. Mucky's got it under control. Oh, look at sand. The sand compacted in there, so it's like metal down to the sand. Interesting. It's like flaying a fish. might cut this in sections so I can just pull it out of here by myself. That might be the ticket. Might be the easiest way. All right, I'm gonna work on this and then I'll throw you guys back up in a second. All right, liner's out. I'm gonna go ahead and pop those bad boys off, cut that, and try to pop this concrete off and push it away from the side for now. Cause like I said, I'm gonna bring the excavator in here and to help, cause I got so much of a tilt. Like the grade's so steep over here and the concrete's so heavy, there's no good way to grab it with the skid steer. So I'm just gonna try to push the concrete out of the way and then cave these sides in with the skid steer any way I can. All right, I got that liner pulled out of there. I got her all staged up over here. That way when I am loading out, you know, I just got a straight shot. I'm gonna have trash here, concrete down there, and I'll have a straight shot from here, the neighbor's driveway to load up my dump trailer. So always try to think strategically. And when you're bidding a job too, when you're bidding a job, always think about that. How far do you have to transfer stuff when you're hauling out of there? Because all that stuff takes time. All right, just jumped in the truck. I had to get the 60 right now. I actually pulled out and went down the road to make sure I could find a place to turn around with that big 40-foot gooseneck. That's another thing for you guys just starting out hauling your own stuff, is always try to pre-strip and look around like for places where you can turn around with big trailers. Because when I first started, I didn't do that, and I got into some hairy situations. So now I try to always map out, and basically I try to act like I'm a semi-truck driver and like use truck routes whenever I'm pulling that 40-foot dual tandem. So my plan is to pull up here, drop it in front of the neighborhood, just on the road, just because find the flattest, safest spot I can drop it at, which is like right here. Drop it off, and then I will go spin around and pull the trailer back in there. So yeah, let's go grab the trailer and then head back on over here. All right, just got done dropping the trailer back off. My mom called me. She goes, "Hey, can you run by your grandma's house real quick? I got the Easter stuff to give to your kids." Because we're not doing Easter with her this weekend because our schedules aren't going to line up. Because I don't live close to my mom and my family anymore. I live way out, about 45 minutes away. But I'm working in Bloomington right now, so it worked out. But yeah, so I did a little lunch break at my grandma's house. My mom came over, so kind of cool. I'm going to try to go back to lunch tomorrow with my grandma. I probably bring her food. She's almost 90, so any chance I get to stop by her house and see her, I try to, because you know, you only get one ride in this roller coaster of life, and I don't want to miss out on opportunities to see her. So now I'm gonna go get in that 60D and do a little destruction of the pool. I got this all broke up. And typically I would bury this concrete, but the customer wants it hauled out, so I'm hauling all of it out, trying to break up in pieces as much as I can. trying to figure out which way I want to attack this. I was going to track out here and pull the concrete back, but if I swing that way, it's really tippy, and if I swing that way, it's obviously a pool. So I'm going to fall in the pool, so I'm just slowly but surely pulling the stuff back, and I'm going to try to take the trash out a little bit at a time. Man, what a disaster. It's kind of inconvenient, honestly. Slow and steady wins the race on this bad boy. So I figured out that they built this thing like in layers. So here's like a layer, it's like basically a footer, and they laid it, and it sandwiches like the liner. That metal sits on top of there. There's concrete, like there's like sand, I think. This is sand, compacted sand, metal, and the concrete on top of this. So this thing is literally laid in on top of concrete underneath all this. I had no idea that's how it was built. So that wasn't in the contract, so I'm gonna see what you want to do. That's about 6 inches thick of concrete, about 3 feet wide. So I'm gonna go talk to her and see what she says about this. Shout out to Jones Son's Truck Repair, and I cannot remember their Instagram name. What's their IG name? Oh yeah, Jones Boys Customs. Check them out on Instagram. They built some sick trucks. They actually have a sick diesel and diesel power gear. I'm pretty sure they went to the magazine, but this is their trailer they got me dialed in today with, and they're also fixing my dump trailer. So huge shout out to those guys. Or I guess by the time this video is released, they have already fixed my dump trailer. They have my dump trailer currently. So check those boys out, Spencer, Indiana. They do fantastic work. I trust them with all my fab stuff. That sounds like spray foam. Something. I think that's just all that foam. I think that's all foam stuff. See, that piece of concrete has rebar in it, so I'm not going to bury it. I'm not going to bury the stuff that's got rebar in it. I didn't put much in it, but I put enough in where I'm not going to bury it. Pick this up all by hand up in there, man. One piece of rebar is making this so much harder. I guess that's why you rebar concrete though. It ain't coming apart. Alright, now then that one is there. Nope, it's the middle right there. Basically gonna work and try to work myself around the pool and make myself basically a bench to sit on, because the grade's so steep. The videos probably don't do it justice, but the grade's so steep. I'm basically trying to work myself a bench around till we get on that side, because I can't get on that side on the other side of the concrete because it's such a straight off drop. So I'm just trying to grade myself out a little place to sit and work around the whole pool. I don't want to get too much material in there without compacting it. But I also want to leave room on the other side of that pile so I can pull that side out. So I'm trying to do this in freaking a very tedious way. And I'd like to have more material with this than in the deep end, because she wants the whole deep end taken down. So strategically try and do this without making a huge mess and making my life harder in the long run. One string of rebar, the whole thing. I poured this like 15 years ago, or no, they poured this in 2005, so almost 20 years ago. There's not one crack in the concrete. I was impressed. They poured it again. if you guys can see this or not, but I don't see any of them now, actually. You can see a few of them, but I had a wicked ground. Oh yeah, you see them now. There's a ground bee's nest underneath that cover. I was pulling that cover back and the thing snapped. And I was like, oh, Bubba. So I gotta pull out of here anyway to get my kids from daycare. So now that I got my equipment here, all my stuff's here, I got an idea, I got a game plan. I'll be here first thing in the morning and we'll get her knocked out. But yeah, got some progress made for day one. Happy with it.